Okay. I am recording everywhere.
Should we clap at the same time?
Well, you clap on your end. Amazing. You ready?
Yeah, Neptune's just staring at me like a fucking weirdo. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little dim, but it's all gonna work out.
Hello, corn dogs, and welcome to episode 3 of the Corn Corner.
A lot of people don't know this, but that was like take 3 at the intro.
That was take 3.
And we're gonna go with it.
We're gonna go with that one.
It sounded like
that
the
one.
Chord Corner, which is what the guy at the Nine Inch Nails concert who was doing the sound check, he was like, I swear to God, he said Corn Corner. He was like, the Corn Corner. And Brad was like, no way, like, stop. Like, he didn't say Corn Corner. And I was like, Brad, this thing's a hit. It could
this
be.
thing is that the people love this, especially the chord people. They're big fans of this podcast.
It could have been Chord Corner. That's fair. But I was like, no, I swear to God, he said Corn Corner. But
so you recently went to the Nine Inch Nail concert.
Yes.
Wow. That's amazing. And I heard that getting there, you had to get on a little plane and then you had to do a shuttle out to a separate spot of LAX, correct?
Yeah, that was terrible. Also, I want to real quick say that if you see us looking up and down, it's because we're FaceTiming. So like the FaceTime is down here and then we're recording video up here. So that's why we're doing that. So like I'm talking to little Wren's face down here. But we're going to go
back and forth.
Anyway, so yes, I flew to LA for one day for a job, as you know, because then I stayed at your house that night. And then the next morning you drove me to the airport because you're a very good friend.
I am a very, very good friend.
And then I got to LAX and I didn't realize that you had to, for regional flights sometimes, you have to take a little shuttle to another side terminal thing.
Wow.
So that was fun. I had my little masculine experience on the shuttle. That was a good time. And then I was in that place, and the only thing in there was an Orange Julius, so I did not have breakfast. And
I'm surprised you didn't get an Orange Julius.
I've never had one in my life, never planned to, you know?
What if Orange Julius wants to sponsor this podcast?
Well, then I would step up to the plate, obviously, and it would be my favorite drink I've ever had in the world.
I don't even really know what an Orange Julius is. I feel like it's just orange juice, honestly.
It's like it's like a slurry or something, like an orange slurry.
A slurry.
Yeah.
I think you're looking for the word slushy, maybe.
No, it's different. I think it's looser. It's like something else.
A slurry.
Well, we'll have to look this up.
All the Orange Julius heads out there are really going to be
raging
big on
in
the comments right now.
But then, anyway, flew my little way to Denver because Brad and I were seeing Nine Inch Nails at the Red Rocks Amphitheater.
Love it.
And that was both of our first time at that venue. And it was sick.
Wow. I mean, it looked fucking awesome. I want to ask you a ton of stuff about it, but before we do that, we need to get into corn news. It's one of our news segments. It's the news about corn. And one of the best things that's happened in corn news lately is we had our first piece of fan art. And I'm going to show that fan art right now. This is from our friend Jude. And she drew this fan art. I'm showing the camera right now.
Can you do it like an influencer where you like...
There we go. Here we go. We'll go back here because, who knows. But Jude made us this fan art for the Hiccup podcast, The Corn Corner. She's great, and we love her. She did this with paint pens on wood.
On wood?
So, on wood.
I didn't know
That's
that.
correct.
That makes it even more like...
Yeah. Well, it's kind of from the earth, which is what corn is. And do not tell Jude this, but we will sell this item to the highest bidder. So whatever somebody wants to pay for this, let us know and we will sell it immediately.
We'll probably only accept bids on Patreon, and not as a way to get more people in the door over there. That would be that would be shameful. But as a way to keep things more organized and fair, I think.
Absolutely. So go to the Patreon. You're gonna love it there. It's great.
Patreon.com/Corn Corner. The Corn Corner. The Corn Corner. Okay.
There you go. So I think getting into the Nine Inch Nail music show.
Singular.
There is, it was, okay, so getting into that What were the food offerings at the show? Were there any corn-related offerings? Maybe an elote bowl?
No. So they had a little such a weird thing to ask a question about.
That's not weird.
They had the concession stand that was very like normal concert fare of like hot dogs, and chicky finger baskets with French fries. And
a little chicky fingy.
I got those. It was chicken
Yeah.
tenders, so you know it was good. The tender is the top notch. And then little pretzi, big jumbo pretzi situation.
Oh my God.
Lots of beers. And then upon exiting, there was a Chick-fil-A stand outside the venue.
That's good.
Which was very weird. And I actually yelled like, we know a lot of these people here, queers and transes, but we hope we eat our food. Like,
God.
So that was a weird one. But obviously they have a sponsorship deal. No corn dogs, I'm sorry to report.
No, and that is one of the places where if they wanted to sponsor the Corn Corner or buy this art that Jude made, we would not let Chick-fil-A do so.
No,
We wouldn't take the money.
absolutely not.
Wouldn't happen.
I don't even like Chick-fil-A. I don't get the big deal. Anyway.
Yeah, it's just a little Timken. It's not worth it.
It's not. There's not even any breading on it.
So the concert looked beautiful.
Yeah.
Outdoor. They played all the hits.
They played a lot of hits. Not maybe all of them, but you can only do so much in like a 2-hour span of time, you know?
I will say that I'm not the biggest Nine Inch Nails fan.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot of their stuff, but I do like the one that's like, how does it feel to treat me like I do? You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
I do like that song.
It's actually not, it's not, that's not Nine Inch Nails. You know
What do you
that.
mean?
I mean, like, there was an electro-y cover of it by the band Orgy.
Did Orgy cover a Nine Inch Nails song? Is that what you're trying to say?
Nope. The song,
I don't get what you're...
the song Blue Mondays is actually not by Nine Inch Nails, as some may know.
You're trying to tell... I don't even know if that song is called Blue Monday.
It is. It's by New Order.
How does it feel to... That one?
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me.
It's by like they are like a synthy band, New Order, but
They sound just like Nine Inch Nails though, right?
one would disagree.
I would say it's pretty similar, if not them. I think that they probably made the original song and then Nine Inch Nails probably covered it.
Anyway. Maybe you got deeper tracks than me. It could be.
I did my research.
Yeah. Nine Inch Nails only done, what they did cover? Cars by Gary Newman. And the metal.
How does that song go?
It's like, here in my car, I feel, and in cars, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's another song that they covered too, but.
I don't really like that song, to be honest with you.
Well, you're not really a big synth head. So.
Is that what you all are called as synth heads?
Yeah, in the community, a lot of people don't know that, but that's what we like to call ourselves.
Yeah, I don't think people know because it's not real.
Yep.
I think you're making it up.
Nor is Nine Inch Nails covering Blue Monday, but here we are.
I think that they made it, and I'm not budging on that.
Okay.
So here's the question though concerning covers. Mm-hmm. A man covered "Hurt" by the Nine Inch Nails.
Yes.
How did that go?
I mean, well, overall, I think I feel like a lot of people think. No, not a lot of people think. People who aren't Nine Inch Nails fans probably think that like Trent Reznor is like, what the fuck about it or something. But like, he's done interviews about it, and we talked about this before. Well, he did frame it as like your girlfriend breaking up with you or your girlfriend leaving you or something. I forget the exact quote. He like does like the cover and was like moved by the way that like music can like change and transform over time and be like presented in different ways and still be just as like profound in its expression as the original iteration of it. Yeah. So like, yeah.
That is pretty interesting because the original to the Johnny Cash version is really not the same song at all.
Yeah. It like comes off very different, like the cover versus that, which I think is a cover done well. You don't just want the same song.
Yeah, me too. I think that it's funny because I always thought that Johnny Cash did it and then Nine Inch Nails covered it.
I think a lot of people
Always.
do think that because, I mean, Johnny Cash is way older. And
Yeah,
like,
in age.
Yeah, it's a big age disparity between Johnny Cash and Trent Reznor. So yeah, I think a lot of people probably do think that, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm turning my little light on because it's getting darker over here. Okay.
You look great. Actually, I don't even know how you look because I just see you on FaceTime.
Yeah.
Okay. So taking it back, when was the first time that you encountered Nine Inch Nails? When was the first time you heard, saw?
Singular.
Why are you laughing at me?
Just
you
one,
always laugh at me.
One nail. One
I
Nine
forget.
Inch Nail.
Did you know that the name it doesn't even mean anything? It's just a cool sound.
I mean, yeah.
You didn't know that?
It abbreviates down. You need to close your door. I'll tell you that much.
See that?
Leave that in.
Okay. So going back to the Nine Inch Nails, when you first heard them, when was that? What was that?
The first time I heard them, I was too young to know what was happening, probably. And I saw the Closer music video on the MTV, the music television video. That's what it stands
Yes.
for, right? Yeah.
We know it. We love it.
Yeah. You know. But I was like too young to like be like, ooh, I want to go after that. I was just like, that's a really like crazy music video, whatever. And then like probably a few years later, I saw the Perfect Drug music video.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was on the MTV, could have been the VH1, but I saw that on a television set.
A little pop-up video.
Yeah, pop-up video. Oh my god, I forgot about that. How terrible.
Pretty bad.
But I saw that, and it was a huge like. I was like, oh holy shit, I love this, and like there was a kid in the music video, like an actor, obviously, like kid in the music video, and I remember being, because I was like 8 or 9 or something, and being like, I want to be that. Like, I that would be sick. Like, I want to be in these things and like making these things, and like this music is so cool, and like maybe I'll get to be in a Nine Inch Nails music video one day.
Yeah.
And then from there, I just was like, well, I want to find more of this stuff. So like, it took me down that path that has led us to here now. But those are the
now
first
we're here.
two. Like, yeah.
And you wanted to make music videos, right?
Yeah.
That was one of the first things you wanted to create.
Yeah. Which, like, you know, I've talked about this before. I kind of am doing that in a way. I'm not making the music, but when I make previews for my full videos, it's no people sounds and just music. So I'm making like something that presents a narrative along with the song. And what is a music video if not that?
What did your parents think about Nine Inch Nails? Did they think it was like weird or?
I don't think so, really. They must not have badly, because I was young enough that like, I mean, I ordered stuff off eBay, like Nine Inch Nails stuff off eBay, like before, like when I was very young. So like, obviously a parent gave me a credit card to do that, like, cause I didn't have money. So like, someone was facilitating that. And my parents are really cool in terms of music, and that they like interesting stuff themselves, and like fostered that with me and my siblings of like, you know, go after what you like. They were like, they hated when people liked like NSYNC and shit like that though. So that's like pretty funny.
Wow.
But then, yeah, as you know, my dad also took me to see Nine Inch Nails the first time I ever went. So like, obviously they were pretty chill with it.
Yeah. What year was that?
I think that was 2005.
Wow.
Was like the first time I got to see them. So I was like 14 maybe, which is later than I would like it to be, but you know.
Do you remember your dad just kind of like, how was he at the show?
He very much just like stood there and I'm sure he liked some of it, but it was also just
Yeah.
like, these people are wild, and like this is like he probably like said something like, they're very angry, like
Yeah.
after the fact. Which
What are the standouts that you remember from that experience? Yeah.
One is not even necessarily related to Nine Inch Nails, but this duo, the Dresden Dolls, opened for Nine Inch Nails, and the lead singer is Amanda Palmer. And I remember they covered War Pigs, the Black Sabbath song, and she like raised her arm during a part to sing and had like so much armpit hair. Which was also one of the first times I like kind of saw that somehow in real life, being like, whoa, like a girl with like crazy armpit hair. And my dad was like, wow, like commented on that. And that was very funny.
That's so funny.
But then just like him just like standing behind me when I was like singing and stuff, and just kind of being like,
Aww.
like whatever the whole time. And he didn't look like he was having a bad time. Like, he was obviously a really good sport. But was also like very protective, like mosh pit wise. So
of course. Were you up in the front?
Yeah, so we went to like the Electric Factory, which is like a small venue in Philly that it's like basically all general admission, just like a like floor pit, and then there's like more expensive like seating stuff up in like higher areas. But I definitely like tried to get as far up front as possible that he would allow, and it was pretty fucking close. Like, so that was a thing.
Do you remember who was in the band at that point?
I'd have to look it up now, because like the live band changes so much over time.
Who were the stable members? It's Trent and who else?
So like technically up until like 2016, Trent Reznor was the only member of Nine Inch Nails. Like, if you like he's the only official member of Nine Inch Nails. And that sounds weird, but it's because he does all the studio stuff for the most part. Like, obviously not like constantly, but like a lot of like the earlier albums and like sporadically he plays all the instruments and like does all the shit. And he's like the arranger of whatever. So like there's that. And then like in music videos and in concerts, he has like different lineups, and some are consistent over like periods of years, and some like were in the beginning and then came back, like Robin Fink, the guitarist. I hope I'm pronouncing your last name right. I say to him like as if he's watching. That'd be sick.
Maybe.
Hopefully. Was like in like one of the earliest iterations and is now touring with them again and has been like throughout. But anyway, so Trent Reznor is the only official member until like 2016, when Atticus Ross became the only other official member.
Now, okay, we're jumping around a little bit, but Atticus Ross, I always hear the name, and I don't really understand what he is or who he is, what it does. I don't get it. Like, what part of the band is Atticus Ross in?
So, like, he's like a composer and like I'm sure plays like a shit ton of instruments, but mostly plays like piano and like synth stuff.
Yeah.
In like concerts and in stuff him and Trent do. And like most of this, like him and Trent Reznor do a ton of scores together, like
That's
movie scores. Yeah. And obviously he plays on like Nine Inch Nails albums too, plays whatever. But like the movie score thing is like their big thing for a minute there.
Does he play live with Nine Inch Nails?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like he was just at Red Rocks and has been on tour with them. Like when I saw them in 2018, he was also on that.
Okay, so I want to go back to this concert because I think it's a really cool thing to remember, because you saw Nine Inch Nails in the 90s or 2000s, sorry.
It was 2000s, like early 2000s.
Yeah. Which is still like a really cool time period to see them in versus now.
Yeah.
I feel like they kind of have like early 90s time period, like 2000s time period, and now.
Yeah.
And that middle time period is so cool. How do you think that they've changed their like live show and all those kinds of things since when you first saw them and then when you saw them last night?
Yeah. I think so. Like their live shows have always been like really heavy on like visual, like the visual show. Like it's not like a band that's just like playing on stage and there happens to be a coordinated light show thing.
Yeah.
So like when I first saw them, depending on the venue, but I saw them in a stadium as well when like in 2005-ish range. They would have like huge screens that like played things. Like there was a huge screen that had like a footage of a decaying fox on it, like, or like huge like light panels that like did other coordinated things that went with different songs or whatever. And when I saw them in 2018, they like had the stage like surrounded by lights, and then it was a lot of like how the lights interacted with the smoke that they would have coming out on the, or like the fog, whatever, coming out on the stage. Yeah. And then this one was like similar to that, where they used like server racks, like for like computer server rack shit, that had like lights on them. And it was like those interacting with the lights on stage and stuff. Wow. That like goes with it. So it's like a highly like visual, like audio visual presentation thing. And that's like a big thing that's evolved with them over time, because they certainly didn't start that way. Like when they were first touring, it was just like, not just like, but it was them playing music and like smashing keyboards and like and shit like that. And the presentation then was more in their like dress. Like there was like one tour where they all always went on stage in like really destroyed outfits. It was probably the Self-Destruct tour, and like covered with cornstarch. So like they were like super grungy looking and probably had like things coming off of them, whatever. And they would like interact with each other really violently, like during those. And I feel like it's like evolved in terms of Trent Reznor getting older, for one, and also like the tone of the music getting different. Like how it like started super fucking angry and is still angry now, but then like got more like depressing. And then got more like kind of politically motivated in some, like, and then like live shows had like political things in the background, like George Bush and like John McCain, and like shit like that.
And wouldn't they not let him play on the MTV Music Awards and stuff?
Yeah, or like they did a performance, and when George Bush came in the background, they went to commercial, I think was what happened. Yeah.
And he said something like, I hate this person as much as you hate this person, or something like that. Like, I forget.
That, whatever that shit. And anyway, so like now, I mean, there's a whole album that was like very political stuff. They're like actually kind of like two of them in a way. Year Zero is the one, but anyway. And now I feel like it's getting back to like emotional stuff again.
Yeah.
And that's like reflected in the live shows. Like he did like a speech at the show, like a little monologue situation, not like rehearsed. He was just talking at this concert that we just went to. That like legit made me cry. Like,
what did he say?
He was just like, they haven't toured in a while, like talking about how they haven't played like live in a while. And that was their first show on this like little tour that they're doing, the one that me and Brad saw, and how like special it is to be in this place and how it feels right. And like how good it feels to be like playing and like with all these people who it's like obviously meaningful to, and like how emotional it was for him and like the band and whatever. And I was just like, me too. I didn't put that very well. He was much more.
Yeah, of course. No, that makes sense. I do want to point out though, you said something really important, and you said the word cornstarch specifically. And I do think we need to take a minute and talk about that, because on the rider, he would have that they need cornstarch because they would dust themselves down with it to look dusty. And evidently they would use the corn product to get into tight pants. That's what I heard.
Is that a true statement about looking up national stuff?
I swear to God. Nine Inch Nails / Korn. Facts.
Okay.
They have a ton of those different things.
I
But
can
yeah,
believe it.
I just think
But it is, even if that other last part of that isn't true, it would have been on their rider that they needed cornstarch, and you're right about that.
I know. Well,
Which
I think it's cool.
Hadn't considered.
I think it's pretty cool when a band's like outwardly in support of corn product.
The corn industry.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes. So you've seen Nine Inch Nails 3 times.
I've seen them 5 times.
5 times.
Yeah.
Wow. In those times, what has been your favorite of those?
This last one, for like this at Red Rocks, for sure.
What made it so good?
I mean, like, a lot of emotional reasons. For one, that venue is fucking sick. Like, from that standpoint. If anyone hasn't been there, it's literally an amphitheater situated, like, in the Red Rocks in Colorado. So, like, you have to, like, hike up to it. Not a crazy hike, but, like, you have to, like, make your way up to it. And then all around it are, like, huge rock formations. And the back, like, the back of the stage where you're watching the people is, like, a rock formation. So, like, they're playing in front of one. And it sounds, like, crazy. Because, like, all of that's, like, like, funneled out of these rock formations and shit. And that's awesome. It's outdoors. And I've never actually been to, like, a Nine Inch Nails show that was outdoors. It was always, like, in a small venue or, like, a stadium that had a roof and shit. So that was cool, because it was, like, windy, and there was, like, a thunderstorm off in the distance. So it was all, like, moody. And then also, which contributed to being, like, an awesome show, the seats are such that when you stand up to watch a group, you have, like, a bunch of space around you. Like,
Oh, okay.
so, like, it's all, you know, tiered seats, which is awesome because everyone has a good view. Like, there's not like, oh, this person in front of me is too tall. Like, everyone can see. But then you, like, were guaranteed, like, a foot of space, like, in front of and behind you, and, like, up space next to you. So you could, like, I've never been able to move that much at a concert because you're, like, crammed in usually. And this was, like, I was, like, it was wild how much I was, like, whoa, like.
Yeah, like, it's cool when you have your own space. And you don't have to be, like, cramped up and people and being, like, hit by people and stuff like that.
Yeah, or,
That's
like,
awesome.
the concert thing where people all surge forward and you're like, I'm going to die.
So I think the question has to be asked, why do you like Nine Inch Nails so much? Like, what is it about them specifically that you just latch onto and you love?
I have more on why that was my favorite concert also. But on this one...
Well, that. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Hit that.
Oh, I don't care. I didn't really make that clear because I'm all like, huh?
Hey, you know, we're talking about Trent. It makes sense.
Being very self-centered and be like, this is why it's important to me, though. You saw my Instagram post today, no doubt, that, like, summarized it, but whatever, to reiterate. Not, like, it kind of works in your next question anyway. Through my life, Nine Inch Nails and, like, Trent Reznor's music has been, like, of profound emotional importance to me. Because I, like, I never found any other music that affected me the same way, like, emotionally, and, like, the dark themes it explored, the, like, mental health stuff, like, drug addiction stuff, all these things that, like, relate heavily in my life and so many other people's lives. But, like, it was always, like, there was always something there in that music through my life when I was, like, having a hard time or, like, needed some, like, emotional, like, tie to something that I could find in Nine Inch Nails music. And then seeing them at Red Rocks this time, as everyone who follows us knows, this last year has been really big in terms of gender transition.
Yeah. A lot of stuff's happened.
Like, in 2 weeks, it'll be a year since I had top surgery, and I started hormones in November of 2021, so that hasn't been a year yet, but will in a few months.
God.
I know, right? What a year. It's been wild. And I, of course, was doing gender stuff before that, but I think we can agree that top surgery was a big, like, where this is a turn.
Yeah.
Like,
I think everyone would agree.
Yeah, that like that we're doing something here, and we're like making moves, and we're not being like, I don't know. That was like a definitive like, nope, we're going this way.
Yeah, totally.
And like fairly recently using different pronouns. Like it used to be always they them. Now like he's in the front. Anyway. So seeing
he
Nine
got
Nails,
a real upgrade this year.
Yeah. We really went through it. We really went back to the dealership. You know, got a lot going
Swapped
on.
it out.
So seeing Nine Inch Nails like at this time in that venue and stuff, and the venue is important because I had like the space to like blah and whatever. Was just like monumental to me because it was like my first time seeing them as like a semi-secure, far more secure than ever person.
Yeah.
And like as myself and like, sorry, I'm saying and like a million times, but whatever, it is what it is. Going to this concert and getting like gendered correctly, consistently, like as like he, going in the men's bathroom repeatedly.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it's nice to do things and not have to be on constant alert the whole time while you do them, and just not worry about stuff and enjoy the experience. Like you should be able to.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing.
It was very much that, because any concerts previously, it was like, well, I'm this small girl thing, and I'm like not confident and whatever. So like this was like completely opposite of being like, I'm super fucking confident. These guys all around me are calling me like bro, and like one guy fist bumped me because I screamed so fucking loud during one song, like I like loud and long, and he was like, yeah, bro, and I was like, fuck yeah.
That's amazing.
But I mean, at concerts, what?
I was gonna say, did he give you like a Budweiser beer?
No, I had a Blue Moon, so you know I was set.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But at concerts previously, I'm not like scared to express myself, but I'm much smaller, like generally. But this I was like, what?
When you said that, I thought about it in relation to you having a blue moon. Like you're like, I'll have a blue moon. I'm not afraid to express myself.
Yeah.
Like I'll drink a blue moon in public.
You know,
I'll have the little orange on
slice.
there. Like I am secure enough to do this.
It's fine. You know, I'm secure enough in my masculinity to enjoy a summer shandy. Okay.
Well, listen, I'm gonna eat that orange slice at the end of the blue moon as well.
And I may play around and I may put it in my mouth like it's a little set of teeth. You don't know.
If they see me, they see me. Anyway.
That's the real me.
All right.
Anyway, so whatever. Previous to this at concerts, I'm not small. I would still like rock to the music and like sing and whatever. But like something about this venue and like being myself and being confident for the first time, like kind of in my life, I was like full body, like doing shit and like, you know, like whatever, and like
I love it.
Screaming and like singing all the words and like didn't give a shit. So it was just a real special one. Anyway.
That's so cool. So as you have changed, transition, things like that, how do you think Nine Inch Nails music has changed with you?
I don't know if I necessarily look at it in a different way, like as me now versus me growing up or whatever through the years. Going back to like why I like Nine Inch Nails music so much, it's like I feel like there's tons of angry bands or like emotional bands and stuff like that, and everyone finds a band that is like that does that for them, like that, like this is my catharsis band, or like what I listen to like when I'm emotional or whatever. And like Nine Inch Nails has been that my whole life, like growing up and like being depressed and like all like whatever various angry music things with that, and then like The Fragile as an album and like his version of Love Songs, like going to that kind of shit, and I don't know if it's very like different now, because it's the same like. What's a hard subject? Because it's like, yeah, I'm a lot happier now, but we still are sad. Like,
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's being human.
Yeah,
you know,
and still like have dark places in us and stuff. And now it's like re-listening to a lot of the old stuff I loved and like re-relating to stuff with different life experiences than I'm a sad fucking kid who self-harms and stuff. Yeah. And now being like, yeah.
Did you ever have a point where you thought, is this band still going to be there for me in the way they were before I started transitioning?
I don't know. No, not in that way. There was a period when I was, maybe it's like in my 20s or something, when they like had a hiatus.
Okay.
And that's not the same as what you're asking, but like I didn't know if they were going to continue being a band or if Trent Reznor would continue making music.
Yeah.
Because like,
it was like 2009.
Yeah.
Ish.
Somewhere
right?
in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Which like coincide with his struggles with addiction and stuff, and like
yes,
going to rehab and stuff. But like I actually like thought that to the point where I remember being home on like a college break or something, and I like got rid of my Nine Inch Nails shit. Because I was like, it's time to grow up. Like it's time to like move on from this like obsession thing and like do something else. Yeah.
I did the same thing and I regret it
Yes.
all the time because
So
I wish I
much.
still had the t-shirts.
Yeah.
I like this band called August Burns Red, and they've blown up. I mean, like one of the biggest metalcore bands in the world. And I saw one of their first shows at this place called the High Ground in New Orleans. And I got a shirt, and they were touring their album Thrill Seeker, which is their like debut album. Anyway, I saw them, I got a shirt, and I threw the fucking shirt away because I was like, I need to grow up. And I took my piercings out, and I was like, I'm done with this. And I don't know why I did that. I think I just wanted to manufacture respect from people, which is not how you do it. But
no, it's totally that though. Like I was like, I've been obsessed with this thing since I was like, you know, a literal kid, and like it's time to fucking grow up. Like they're done, I'll be done. And I had so many good shirts.
Wow. So you still have good shirts and good stuff, right? You have a bunch of items. Is that a shirt that you have on? Look at that.
Is that a Nine Inch Nails shirt?
Do you have on Nine Inch Nails pants?
I do. You know I do. It's from the official Nine Inch Nails store on the website.
I always got the things on me.
Yeah, you know. There is honestly, statistically, there's like always a 40% chance that I'm wearing Nine Inch Nails gear. These say broken, bruised, forgotten, sore on them.
Wow.
And then there's a little
wow.
Nine Inch Nails on the butt. And there's a downward spiral shirt.
Lyrics. So Nine Inch Nails songs, when spoken, they do have words.
When spoken, there are the words sung in a certain melody, sometimes screamed or spoken, are a component of a Nine Inch Nails song.
And those are known as lyrics.
Yeah.
And some of them are good and some of them are great. And we're going to talk about the ones that are great.
Honestly, the scale is good to great.
Yeah. So there's like recurring themes in the lyrics of the Nine Inch Nails, correct?
Yeah. Of a Nine Inch Nail. Yeah.
It's Nine Inch Nails.
Okay. I'm so sorry.
It's got a just for your information.
Don't know if you know this.
What are some of the reoccurring lyrics? What are some of your favorite lyrics? You're going to get a Nine Inch Nails tattoo upon yourself, correct? With the words from them.
Yeah, in like a few days.
Oh my God.
I know, right? So I'm getting, actually ties into like one of their bigger recurring lyric things. Sorry, Neptune's over here itching. If anyone can hear that, that's why.
That is Brad. He's very itchy and he's scratched.
It's very dry in here, despite being in a pretty humid climate. Anyway, so one of their like most recurring things is like nothing can stop me now, is like a lyric that's in I don't know how many songs, but a lot of freaking songs. And one of my favorite recurring lyrics, because depending on the song, it's like a very different like message that's being given. With the Nothing Can Stop Me Now, and the tattoo I'm getting is Now I'm Nothing. So like the nothingness is a big reoccurring thing.
Yeah.
But there's like just that in the several songs. I like wrote little notes down of the ones that it is like that are most important to me that it's in.
Are you gonna do like a Windings or like a Times New Roman font?
Probably a Comic Sans.
Good. That is a good font to do.
Yeah.
And I also will say that I generally hate words being tattooed on bodies. I think that there's always a better way to say it. But the thing I do like about words is when they're super bold and when they're super like direct. I hate like a quote somewhere, which by the way, I have all these things, so I can say this. But when it's huge, bold words that are direct, I think it's so fucking cool.
Yeah. Like I don't like a like multi-sentence like a paragraph. Like it doesn't do anything for me. But
Janica has like a
about
Janica no. Well, it's not about corn, but she has a huge thing on her arm. It's so stupid. Anyway, what?
What is it a prayer?
It actually is a prayer. It's John 3:16. So.
I hope she's also a Stone Cold fan.
She is actually. She likes Stone Cold, and she also loves Jesus Christ, which is why she has a Bible verse on her. So
more importantly, well, Stone Cold Steve Austin 3:16. Anyway.
Oh, trust me, I know. Anyway, go on with talk about lyric.
So the Nothing Can Stop Me Now one is like recurring in a lot of songs, especially on the Downward Spiral. And it's like set it in different emotions depending on the song. So like it's like either really angry, like there's a song it's like Big Man with a Gun, and it's really angry on that, or the song Piggy, where it's like kind of like set in defeat, like nothing can stop me now because I don't care anymore. And then on like the Fragile, it's in like Creole French or something, but there's like just like a free Nothing Can Stop Me Now. What song? I forget even which one it is now because I'm like so overwhelmed by Nine Inch Nails songs. But there's one that's like, nothing can hurt me, you didn't hurt me. Nothing can hurt me, you didn't, or nothing can stop me now. And like that was the one growing up that I was like, you didn't hurt me, nothing can stop me now, whatever, that I really attached to. But in like the scheme of like greater lyrics and stuff, and this ties back into like why I find the music so like emotional and why I have such a connection to it, is that a lot of the lyrics are things that like, depending on what album you're listening to, are things that you can relate to in like places of anger or like depression or whatever it could be. And a lot of it are the lyrics that repeat in the song. Like I wrote down like a little list of some of them, but like in the song Burn, which is a song they did for like Natural Born Killers. It's just like he says over and over again, I never was a part of you. Burn. But like, angsty, mad at parents, I never was a part, like, or like mad at society, whatever, I never was a part of you, like that kind of stuff. Sorry, I'm just like, what a dork. And then like this one song, The Becoming, that I really like, he says like, hiding backwards inside of me, I feel so unafraid, and I always really liked that a lot. And then the end of the song is, it won't give up, it wants me dead, and goddamn this noise inside my head, like over and over. So, and like,
awesome.
Yeah, and young me was like, "Wah!" And like as an adult still, I'm like, fucking yeah, that still fucking hits, like.
Yeah.
But then there's like other ones like on the Fragile that are like in relation to other people, like I won't let you fall apart, or like we're in this together now, and things like that are like needing someone else and like having someone else to like get you out of shit or whatever, going through shit together that I always liked.
Yeah. I love this.
And then, which, I mean, I can talk about lyric stuff more, but I have a point that kind of leads into the other, like one of the other things we want to talk about. And it's about BDSM stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I should just like go into that, or if you have any lyric questions, or if I expressed anything even coherent talking about that just now.
Everything you expressed was coherent, and I'm actually getting calls and stuff saying how much people loved it.
Just how coherent I am.
Yes, that's actually the number one compliment that we get. No, I would love to hear about BDSM and your thoughts and how it relates to Nine Inch Nails.
So one thing that's like, it's not necessarily lyrics, it's more like sounds in the songs. So it's not lyrics, but it's whatever.
And lyrics are the words, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just to be clear on that.
Okay. Cool.
There's like a few songs where there's like the beginning of Mr. Self-Destruct, which is also a really good song lyrically. There's like a sound clip of like a guy getting like beaten, and all you hear like the like poof, poof, and the guy like making sounds in response, like not saying words, but just like sounds. And then in like The Becoming, there's just like random screaming things, like recordings of screams of like real people. And like Happiness and Slavery, especially one of the remixes, they like cut in pain sounds of the performer guy, Bob Flanagan. So like there's these like real like human screams and like emotions happening in the songs.
Wow.
That it was like very like a big part of them for me to like hear other people like feeling things and like the vocal expressions that come from like pain and stuff beyond words. So that led to another avenue of interest into BDSM, because it was like, what's happening there? Why are they making those sounds? Like, what's going on?
In the 2000s, the 90s, BDSM wasn't as mainstream. Songs like Closer and stuff hadn't taken on these iconic categories that have kind of transcended music. And it's funny how now BDSM, there's Netflix shows about it. There's all these things. It's really in our popular culture. Celebrities are even wearing latex out in the world. It's not taboo anymore.
Yeah, 50 Shades being a huge pervasive thing. Like our parents reading the 50 Shades book. Like,
yeah. It's crazy to see how Nine Inch Nails has kind of followed that, right? And there's even kids on TikTok wearing collars and things that are, it has no connotation to how you experienced that as a kid. And I wonder if that's going to come back, if it's, like all cyclical and things.
I think a funny thing with that I actually just thought about when we were like taking a break, with things coming in and out of cultural relevance, is that there was a Black Mirror episode with Miley Cyrus, and she did like basically a cover of Head Like a Hole, but with like happy lyrics. Like I forget it's like I'm on a roll or something, like and I wonder how many people watch that. I mean, she performs an actual Nine Inch Nails song at the end, like I think she may do Head Like a Hole, and then she performs another Nine Inch Nails song that was on like maybe With Teeth. But how many people watched that who are of a younger generation and heard her sing that, like, I'm on a roll, like, whatever, and didn't know it was Head Like a Hole, like, and don't know the cultural significance. It's the same as, like, kids wearing collars and whatever, and daddy memes, and not knowing, like, any of where this came from.
There's a whole world there. Because when I think about Nine Inch Nails, I think about soundtracks. I think about stuff like that. I think about the current things going on, whereas your connotations with Nine Inch Nails is completely different because you really grew up with it and you're in the culture. Yeah. It's wild to think about that stuff.
Yeah, and I feel like it's pervasive also because it's like I don't go to music festivals now. That's like not a thing that I would enjoy. But like back in the day,
You're
like
telling me a bunch of people kind of hitting you all day long. You don't
squeezing
like that
against you.
Anyway,
having to listen to things that are outside of my control for forever.
you're trying to tell me you don't like that?
It was only my favorite, but like when people ask, like, not that I get asked this often, but like what concert you would go to, like any concert in history, it's either like Lollapalooza 91 or Woodstock 94, which are two like huge Nine Inch Nails performances.
Which one of those has the picture of him covered in mud?
Woodstock 94.
God, that picture. I would love to be that photographer and take that photo. I mean, because that is one of the most iconic photos, I think, ever.
It's like crazy good.
It's the thing I love about photography, where one photo can sum up the entire event, and that photo tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
Clothing.
There's like several of those, like him, and he's like looking at the camera, and you're like, whew, like.
Yeah. Yeah, and that is wild to me. I'd love to figure out who that photographer is. We should get that photographer.
Get him on here. I forget actually the guy's name. I have a T-shirt with one of those pictures on it, from like Woodstock '94, and I have a poster of it too. It's like that was good shit.
Yeah, I remember. I think like Metallica played at that or something. I don't know, but I remember I downloaded a concert off LimeWire of like Metallica playing.
Yeah,
one of those shows in like the early 90s, and I remember I used to watch all the time.
That's one of the two like Grammys Nine Inch Nails has gotten, was based off the performance of Happiness and Slavery at Woodstock 94. So like that's like, I don't know.
It was a live Grammy?
I think it was like, I don't know if it was like the recording, but it was like the Woodstock 94 performance of the song. Like,
oh wow.
Which is like, that's interesting. Then they have one for Wish, which is also a really good song. Anyway.
Something that has always been really cool to me about Nine Inch Nails is that they're one of those bands where the songs definitely have like structure, of course. But live, it's not like they like play from the start to the finish.
Yeah.
It's like the songs really get mangled and redone and riffed on and things like that. Like they kind of take a life of their own, which I think is really cool. They have like specific live versions of songs.
Yeah. They do like different arrangements and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. That's so cool to me. And especially since a lot of the stuff you record in a studio simply can't be done in a live setting. So you're going to like, do different stuff. Yeah. And I think that's a really cool, unique thing. It's like, I've always thought of Nine Inch Nails being more of an experience musically than a band.
Yeah.
And
I would agree with that.
I'm like laughing because this comparison is like, you're not going to be happy about this comparison. I'm not even happy about this comparison, but it's a lot like Fish. In that
I understand.
In that they're both bands that you love and that they redo all the songs.
I do notoriously love Fish.
I know that.
Yeah.
You're a fish head.
Big fish head, yeah. I'll go down to the farmhouse and enjoy some fish.
God, I heard one of the funniest fucking things. Someone said people that love to do laundry are laundry heads. Like, and I thought that was so fucking funny. Anyway.
What does that even mean?
I don't remember. It was a tweet that Corey read. It was so fucking funny. I was laughing so goddamn hard.
You are right about that, though.
About Fish, I know.
Yep.
I'm gonna take a sip of water.
Do that. It got really dark in here, so I hope that's fine.
No, I think it's cool that you're exploring these like things with us.
Oh, I meant dark light wise, but also, you know, got dark in here too.
No, I know it did.
It always is.
Wow. So I want to ask a quick question, then I want to get back to gear. So go ahead and just put that down.
It's there. It was falling.
So on the downward spiral, Closer's on that one, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now Closer is one of those songs that's kind of entered the meme world. Mm-hmm. Like it's transcended being a song. kind of like Bring Me to Life or Down with the Sickness or something where it's like we hear these songs and we laugh.
Yeah.
But at one point, these songs were bangers.
Yeah.
But then it's like they kind of, and I feel like Closer's kind of done that where, you know, some people say shuck you like an animal and it's inappropriate.
Some people.
But how do you feel about that and Nine Inch Nails? Because I feel like Nine Inch Nails is kind of on the cusp of that.
I feel like, my personal feelings on it are like...
Yeah.
How does Nine Inch Nails feel about it? I don't know. I couldn't say.
Can you tell me how...
Tell me how Trent feels.
Can you tell me how Raven feels about that?
I don't know. Shut up.
Yeah, how do you feel about it?
I could never hear that song again and not give a shit.
You would never want to hear that song. You would never want to hear Closer again.
Yeah. Correct.
All right, well, thank you so much for being on.
That's it. Now I feel like, obviously, it's like served it was of big importance when it came out. Because it was a lot of people's like first exposure to Nine Inch Nails who like weren't into them in like Pretty Hate Machine era before. And it exposed a lot of people to like a new style of music, like this like industrial rock music. That's tangential to like metal or whatever you want to say. And the music video was like, this was a time when people cared about music videos a lot more than they do now. And to have a music video on MTV was like a big deal. Yeah. So the music video was also like, just like unique, like, like Tool music videos are like weird. And so it was like that. It was like very like sexual, like, there's the part with Trent's like got arms overhead in shackles and is like has a ball gag in at one part.
Oh my God.
There's like parts of it that like had to be censored for MTV. So it says like frame whatever redacted or whatever kind of shit.
God, that's cool.
Yeah. And then
do you think
I want you to ask this still, but Nine Inch Nails music videos, it's a whole topic of discussion. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll do a whole Nine Inch Nails podcast and be able to talk about music videos soon. Yeah. But I was going to ask, do you think that Trent has seen a dominatrix?
I feel like probably.
I just realized we could probably, because it would be in LA. We know the people in LA that he would see.
Either that or New Orleans. Those are like the two, because he lived in New Orleans for a while too.
I bet he also has many homes.
Oh, I'm sure he does. One of them was the Tate mansion.
I don't know what that means. What is tape? I thought you said tape, actually.
Tate, where
I thought you said tape is what I'm saying.
Where the Manson...
With a P?
The Manson things happened.
Okay.
That house.
Marilyn Manson?
No. I hate him too.
Yeah, he sucks.
The Manson family. The Charles Manson.
Oh. I know about him because of Bailey Sarian.
Thing happened.
Anyway. Yeah.
Anyway,
let's talk about music videos.
Yay.
Tell me a little bit about them. I know you love music videos, and it makes me so happy. Tell me what your top 4 favorite are.
Ooh. Honestly.
Be honest, please.
So I will. I'll be perfectly candid. It's really hard to pick what my favorite Nine Inch Nails album is, but the Broken, which is an EP actually, is probably actually my favorite, but just a little bit. And the music videos that came with that album are next level bananas. Some couldn't be aired on TV, and from them came this thing called the Broken movie or Broken film, whatever, that I was obsessed with as a kid and had a torrent of, and I shouldn't probably have been watching it at such a young age. And I have a download of it, still.
It'll goof you up.
It's something, but it's they made a snuff film essentially, where a guy, it's fake, but it looks like a snuff film because of the low quality of recording, where a guy gets grabbed off the street and taken to a place where things happen while he is made to watch the music videos from the album Broken. And yeah, it's fun. And they're all really good and like very different, but like that was there's OSHA. That was like my awakening of like kink and BDSM stuff too, kind of.
Yeah.
Because like one of the music videos for the song Pinion starts at like a toilet like flushing, and it like follows the pipes of the toilet until it ends up at this person who's like on the wall in a sleep sack, like fastened to the wall with the pipe going into his mouth. And just like writhing around and like water spraying everywhere. So it's like obvious that like that's what's happening.
Wow.
And then my favorite song off that album, Happiness and Slavery, there's a famous like kink or like BDSM performer named Bob Flanagan, I think is his name. And he may actually be dead now, so yeah, that's sad. But the whole video is him going into this room and sitting down in this like bondage chair thing, and then being like, I don't know if I can say the word, like, having things done to him, like painful things done to him, whatever. And yeah, love that one.
Well, I know what our side dish is going to be about for Patreon.
Oh, cool. Gonna talk about that.
We're going to talk about some stuff.
Okay.
Just going to write that down real quick. Wow. So my earlier question is a definite yes.
What was it? I forget.
If he's been to a dominatrix.
Oh yes, yeah. There's absolutely some
1,000%
BDSM influence on that.
Wow. Yeah, it's crazy how we found that so young.
Yeah, and like couldn't do anything with it.
Yes.
For a long time, like it was just there and being like, huh.
Yeah.
For like 10 years.
Well, I think that it might be a good time for us to do our cash crop section.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
It seems great. Put the thing in somewhere.
Are you going to do it? Are you going to do it?
Well, for side by side, it'll be like...
Maybe we could probably... It's going to probably be right here.
Okay. We'll make that happen.
Just put the cash crop up. All right. So a little update. And I don't know if you've seen this email or not, but the Jim Frugally Wake is going to happen sometime next week. They are really taking their time with it.
Yeah. They got that body on ice.
They're going to bury him with the corn. They're going to do a lot of different things. So that's a great ending for Jim Frugally. But Janica is not doing so well. She's not in the will. They did a will reading, and she was written out of the will. So she's in a little bit of a precarious situation. She's going to be liquidating a lot of her corn.
Okay. Do you know when she was written out of the will? Like, did he know that he was on his way out?
I do think that the old man thought that he might have had his, days numbered, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Talking about him dying.
Yeah.
And so now Janica has liquidated all of her corn.
All of it.
All of it. It's now going to be sold in water forms. She's been blending a lot of the popping corn now. So there's going to be a lot of milks, a lot of cream-based corn products, a lot of water beverage corn products.
Like a corn Julius, maybe.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
A good orange Julius, but with corn specifically. Mm-hmm. So these things have to go, people. And we have an exclusive promo code. You can shop. And get a lot of cheap liquid corn product from Janica Frugally Mason.
Do you think that I could go to like a coffee shop and instead of getting like almond or oat milk, I could get corn milk?
A lot of it is available over the counter. So potentially.
I should go ask my coffee shop to get it.
You should ask your local, you should request it from your local coffee shop.
Yeah.
But if I was you, I would bring it in.
Okay.
I think that you can bring it.
I think that I would like to, I love a tasty coffee, a themed coffee. So like.
Honestly, you love a themed coffee.
I do. So I'm just trying to think of a good corn one that like you could go in and be like, hey, will you make me the name of the the name of the thing?
You'd be surprised how good a little corn in a latte does taste.
Yeah, like a cornflake latte. Seems like that'd be the way to go. And maybe you'd garnish it with a little cornflake on the foam on top.
Yeah. Well, she has no solid corn product anymore. It's all going to be a liquid now.
Well, yeah, cornflakes are Kellogg's property, so you gotta.
We're not. I want to be clear with everyone right now. There is no Kellogg's allowed with this.
Okay.
0%. You're not going to put a single cornflake in any kind of latte.
Frugally Mason only, people.
Frugally, well, yes, and hopefully that continues. But as of right now, she's still paying. So
what's next for Janica Mason Frugally?
We have a couple ideas. Trouble in Paradise. I think we can end there. Because I don't want to say a lot of what I think's going on, but she's not in the will. He's about to be buried next week in a cornfield.
Next week? I thought it was this week now.
Actually, I do think it was next week. But eventually he's going to be buried in a cornfield. And you know what I mean? So I think we have a lot of different things happening with Janica. And
the corn, last thing I want to say is that he's being buried in a cornfield, which Janica will then harvest and liquidate.
Yes, if she still owns the rights to the corn, and she has her team of lawyers on that right now.
That'd be the ultimate F you to Dad for taking her out of the will, huh?
Yeah. So that's kind of where we're at. And what I think she's going to do is I think she's going to burn down the field, personally. Because Janica, she's never liked the corn game.
Right? I think you and Janica are really a lot tighter than me and Janica are.
She's not emailing you?
No. I'm not CC'd. I'm not in on it.
You're in our group text though, right? You have to be. You're in the group text.
I guess. I don't pay attention to a lot.
Well, that's the issue.
Does she get personal in the group text?
Yes, she gets personal in the group text. Her father just died. What do you expect? She's written out of the will.
You're Janica Mason Frugley's best friend.
Probably. She needs a friend right now. So everybody go on down to JanicaFrugleyCornMason.com. And please. And please buy a little bit of corn. Also, subscribe to the Patreon. Patreon.com/thecorncorner.
Yep.
Janica wants it. Guarantee that.
That was something she said. I did remember this from the group text. She said she wishes that her dad put in the will that everyone attending the wake would sign up for patreon.com/thecorncorner.
I love that about her.
Yeah.
She's honestly great. Her husband's great too.
What's his name?
Mason Gray Mason. So why are you laughing at that?
Mason. Is his middle name Gray?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, they're different folk. Anyway, that's our cash crop. If you want to sponsor the cash crop section, you let us know, because I don't think Janica is going to be capable of doing it much longer. I think she's going to lose a lot of her assets.
I actually have someone maybe on the line for next episode, so don't worry.
Maker?
No, but like adjacent.
Adjacent in the game.
Yeah, you're gonna like it.
I understand. Okay, so now we're gonna I want to go into rapid fire 9 Inch Nails question segment. This is a segment that's been requested for a long, long time.
Okay.
If you were in a cornfield, what 9 Inch Nails song would you listen to?
I want to think of something witty.
You just gotta be honest. That's the thing. You just gotta be honest with us.
God, I wish I could think of something that was even moderately like corn related for that.
You would. So I did a lot of research, and you'd be surprised, as I was. There's not a lot of corn related content here.
No,
they do. They don't make a lot of songs about corn. You'd think that they would.
I would say reptile, because there's probably reptiles in cornfields.
Okay. Do you like that song?
I love that song.
My favorite band probably has a song called Reptile too.
I wonder if it's covered.
No. It's not. It's on. Okay, if you were ordering a corn dog, what Nine Inch Nails song would you listen to?
Like, just listening to it while I'm ordering the corn dog?
Yeah.
The Hand That Feeds. Because the lyrics are, would you bite the hand that feeds? So, like,
No. It is funny to think about that. Like, that is another song that I know that song. I like that song. And it's kind of transcended the idea of, like, reptile. I have no idea what that is. Hand that feeds? Would you bite the hand that feeds
I'm surprised you know, but it was a more, like...
It was on the radio.
But yeah, it was, like, a very popular release on that one.
106.7 The End.
The End. We had 105.7 The Edge.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Shout out PA.
Yeah.
Honestly, we love PA on this.
We love a
podcast.
And we didn't even say it yet that Trent Reznor is from Pennsylvania. Anyway.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
Where is Trent Reznor from?
Mercer, Pennsylvania.
What is his zodiac sign?
Oh, I don't actually know that. Sorry. I'm not a super fan.
No, yeah, okay.
Now I want to know.
Okay, let's do it.
What?
I was gonna ask, what do you think? Oh, what Nine Inch Nails song would you listen to while you were eating elote?
Something angry.
Is that an angry food for you?
No, it's just like it's got spice on it.
It does.
So like maybe like, or like suck, because it's like sucking the elote.
I actually want to talk about a funny Nine Inch Nails story between you and I. So when we were like getting to know each other through Instagram, I
remember.
I messaged you and was like, "Fear inoculum's out. Do you like it?" And you're like, "Yeah, it's fine." And I was like, "Cool, whatever." And then I went on with my life. And I didn't in my mind, I was like, Tool and Nine Inch Nails are like the same. I confused the two bands.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. They're very different bands.
Honestly, I probably was being nice because I like probably listened to like 2 songs off of that, and I'm not that into Tool anymore. So I was probably like, yeah, it's chill. You really like it, so like it's cool. But,
Fear Inoculum is not good. I don't really like. I mean, like, okay, I kind of put Tool and Nine Inch Nails in the same place where I respect them as bands, I respect them as musicians, but it's not really my thing. Yeah. But I think that Fear Inoculum is like if AI wrote a Tool album. Which is it's a quote that Brooks made, and I'm just stealing it. Yeah. It's funny to me, and it's so true.
No, but that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like they were like, let's try to do that same thing.
Yeah. And they did.
I don't like Tool that much, to be honest. Sorry.
Yeah, me neither. Well, good thing it's about Nine Inch Nails. Is there anything else you'd like to say about music videos? We understand the concept, how it's video put to music. We can get past that. But maybe some of your... Don't laugh at that. Some people don't know these things. Some people don't know these things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you sync the two together, you shoot it, you put the picture there. What are some other things about music videos we can talk about that you like?
I think it actually segues good into like the age of music videos stopping being such a thing, and then Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross effectively doing feature-length music videos where they like score movies and stuff, like, which is not a music video, but you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, and I think categorized differently as a music video is more like music and images put together, whereas a movie has dialogue in it.
Yeah, and it's like the images come first and then the music.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great way to put it, honestly.
I'm glad we agree on that.
Yeah. Well, we hit the hard facts there in the corn corner. He did The Social Network, right?
Yeah.
God, that score is amazing.
It's really good. And also, that's a fun fact about me. I listened to all of Trent Reznor's and Atticus Ross's score work, and I had not seen the things that they were for. Mm-hmm. Like, I saw the Social Network, like, I don't know, earlier this year, but I, like, know songs by name on the score. So, like, I, like, watching the movie, I was like, oh, this is, like, you know, whatever the like
Yeah.
pieces of the whole or whatever the song is, or like those things. I think the only one I had seen already was Gone Girl.
I didn't know he did a Gone Girl.
Yeah. So like, I mean, he's done well, he did Girl with a Dragon Tattoo. I feel like you knew that, but yeah, that's a really good one.
Yeah.
And did music for like mid 90s, which is also a really good one.
What was the first one he did? Were you going to say Walk Hard?
No, Watchmen, the TV show. I think Social Network was the first like actual score, like full-length score thing that he did.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. But like had music in movies and TV and stuff a lot previously. But yeah, I'm super into his score stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. I think in wrapping up this episode, what are some things that you're looking forward to with Nine Inch Nails? What are some things that, are there any albums that are coming up? Are there any shows that you want to see? Are they touring with this show?
They are doing like a limited tour, and I was actually supposed to go see them in Oregon next week, but I'm trying to sell those tickets because the Red Rocks one was a surprise because they did like a lottery where you could get tickets, and that was after I bought the Oregon ones. I feel like... Sorry, I'm waiting for whatever's happening over there to go by. It's very loud.
It's okay.
I'm like, huh?
We can put some Nine Inch Nails music in right here.
I don't know if we can get the rights for that. Well, they're not with Interscope anymore, so we would probably have an easier time getting the rights. Anyway,
we can DM him.
I think, yeah. The amount of DMs that they've gotten from me over the last week.
That's my next question.
Yeah. I think more what I'm excited about is like that my like love of Nine Inch Nails has been reinvigorated. And I've listened to Nine Inch Nails like through all periods of my life and whatever, but now I'm like going back to stuff I haven't listened to in a while and getting like excited about it again, and how that translates to like my artistic expression is exciting, because like now I have like ideas for stuff I want to do that's like influenced by like Nine Inch Nails music or music videos. And I'm excited to like dive into that again and to like take my stuff back in like a direction like that a little bit more.
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
So speaking about the DMs, what are some of the DMs that you've sent?
Not like, it's just like, you know, when you mention people in your story or on a post, like it's just that, like, because I'm constantly like at Trent Reznor, and like purposely at the concert the other night, I like added all the members, like, and like was like, if Robin Fink sees this, I die. like
God,
because Trent Reznor's never gonna see that shit, but like maybe some like of the other people that like, I don't know, like aren't you know, married to a goddess of a woman.
Where should people start with Nine Inch Nails? A new person that wants to get into it.
I feel like that depends on what your mood is. Cause like Pretty Hate Machine is their first like full album, and it's like very like, you're like, oh, this is the 80s. Like, like I can tell that. And it's very like boop boop, like synthy, like but still angry. And then Broken is just like angry as hell and like really fucking dark and good. Then Downward Spiral is like also angry as hell, but hurts on that. So like it's like angry into like really sad. I think The Fragile is probably pretty approachable for people because it has like a good mix of like, it's 2 CDs for one thing, but it has a good mix of like instrumentals, chiller things, more like approachable to the public angry things. So I guess I'd say The Fragile at the end of the day. Or you could listen to some of their instrumental only stuff, like the Ghosts albums, like, and those are very good too. Like,
I love that.
There's Ghosts 1 through 4, and that's one album. And then they released an album that was for free to download at the beginning of COVID called Ghost 5, and then it has a sister one called Locust. But Ghost 5 is really good, and it's just like, you know, my tones. atmospheric tones that I like.
My tones.
My tones music.
You know, it's just my tones I like.
That's just what I get into.
I love that. Well, thank you for sharing, you know, all this about Nine Inch Nails. I know that they're such a huge band for you.
I could go on for hours, to be honest.
Well, speaking of that, we are going to go on for hours, and we're going to put that at patreon.com/thecorncorner. And you can see all that stuff.
Little
The
extra
side
helping
dishes.
and side dishes. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So play closer as the outro.
Yeah.
Boom, bing, bing, bing.
Okay, well, next week, what are we going to talk about next week?
Shit, I don't know.
We'll see. Maybe we can talk about plants. Maybe we
Plants?
talk about, I want, maybe.
Like plants?
Yes, I got plant.
All right.
Maybe we talk about, art, maybe.
Yeah, that could be good too.
We're going to figure it out. We're going to it's going to be really, really great. Okay, everyone. Thank you for watching.
Go listen to Nine Inch Nails.
Just
Tell me about it. Tell me what your favorite
you
song
like it?
is. Yeah. Closer doesn't count. Okay.
all right, bye.
Wait, we do the sign out thing. The whether, what did you say? Whether you're shucked or you're creamed?
Yeah, I forgot. You always do that one so well.
It's whether you're shucked or you're creamed.
Well-
What do you say?
Whether you're shucked or you're creamed, whether you're, let me see.
I don't even know if it was more than that. I think it was just that, and then like,
Just be kind, corn.
yeah, no matter what kind of corn you are,
that's
whatever. We need to get this down next time. So you say the shucked or the cream part, and then I say, no matter what kind of corn you are, just be kind, corn.
I love it.
That was it. Do you guys? So next time we'll have it.
We should record an outro again. Let's do So everyone, thank you for watching. It was a great episode. We talked about Nine Inch Nails. Everyone loves that band. Cam did a great job. Right?
Talking about Nine Inch Nails.
Yes. So yeah, if you're shucked or you're creamed,
It doesn't matter what kind of corn you are. Just be
That's
kind,
fine.
corn.
as your kind, corn.